Hi everybody, and welcome to our review of the listing agent client end-to-end and our pricing automation from Woven. My name is Maxim, and I'm going to be taking you through everything today. What we're going to be doing is talking about how our pricing and listing automation always works to maximize your position in auto sort by adjusting price relative to reliability and DL perf. Your score, which is hidden from you on Vast that we use, which we use to measure your position in auto sort and measure your price against others without actually looking at their price. That is in another video that we've produced talking about demystifying Vast score, and that'll be linked below. Anyhow, in the listing agent, we set price using what we call suggested prices. And the suggested prices are generated from from offers that are rented just like yours within 10% of all of your key hardware metrics: CPU cores, RAM space, disk bandwidth, and iNet. Again, we have other videos that talk about all of this, but that's where we get our suggested prices from. In the performance section, you can see the suggested prices for my rig. We scroll down. You can also see my auto sort position. So right here, that's my auto sort position. That's unbundled, and that's coming from 500 farm. There's my score, and you'll see that that's always changing. My DL perf, and all my prices. And I'll be reviewing how all those work later. But let's remember that my auto sort position is here historically, and every rig on Vast, my price, and the suggested prices that we're asked to use. So let's take a look at the agent section and my listed machine and what data we actually present, configure, and what that data does. So you'll have my machine there. It's an RTX 5090 2x. We can set min GPU just like in Vast.ai UI here. We'll be referencing that again. You can set min price. Minimum price is the minimum price you're going to let the agent automatically set down to if it's using automatic price setting. Remember, we use suggested pricing. Well, we do have those suggested prices here again. You can see them right there. But if you never wanted to go below a specific price, you can put that minimum price there. We all know what iNet up is, what iNet down is, what storage is, what discount is. In terms of price level, you could have, right now, for demonstration purposes, I have the agent setting price at price level 5, a very high price, which has me at a very bad auto sort position, 31st out of 45, 5090 by 2 offers verified. I can change that to set at any price level or automatic. Let's leave it right now to what it is. We can also specify how long we want it to be. So do we want our every time we set price to keep our date window switching forward 30 days? Or do we want our rentals to terminate on a specific date? So we have that there as well. So I'm just going to back out of that. Let me show you what that looks like for a couple other machines. So basically, when I list my machine here with the listing agent advisor, every 5 minutes, it looks at my auto sort position. And based on my setting, it tells me whether I should tune my price down to a different price level or whether I should just tune it to the current price level, because that's always fluctuating. So let's grab a couple other machines to use as a review. So let's do some 4x4090s here. Let's take one that's currently 3rd. Let's make sure it's just not rented. No, it's got some utilization. Let's choose a different one. There you go. That's a good one. So we have 17737. Let's add it. 17737. Let's add it. Let's turn it on. Perfect. So using the unbundled data from 500 farm right now, our agent thinks you're second. That rig is second in auto sort. So it thinks, hey, you don't need, because you're in the top 5, you don't need to do anything to change or tune your price. So let's grab another rig. Let's go Let's grab another 4x, but way further down. Let's grab one right around here. 15481. 15481. Let's go put that in here. 15481. Turn it on. And then you'll see that this one is here. Auto sort position can be improved. And because the price right now is set to 3 cents, and that's hot. Oh, sorry, we don't have a suggested price yet for that machine. There we go. So now it's telling it to set the price down to price level 3. Sorry, sometimes the suggested prices are updating as we're looking at this. So now that it knows that your current price is price level 4, you can turn it down to price level 3, and that should get you into the top 5 auto sort. All right, so that's how anybody with a Inconel package can use the Agent Advisor. So I'm going to just remove those machines quickly. And now let's set my machine to adjust price automatically. And it should get us down from 25th, hopefully into the top 5, and make us visible in the Vast UI. So why don't we make that change? We'll set this to automatic. We'll accept it. Sorry about the deep breathing. These demonstrations are a little bit stressful. So, all right, so I'm going to stop the current client. And I'm going to run it again. You'll see that it's just a Java application. I'll tell you more about that later, and I pass in my key. So now that it's in auto mode, it should now start tuning the price down, and we'll wait till it settles. Let's just give it a couple seconds. Okay, so auto sort position can be improved. It just set price level to 4. It's going to keep going. So as it's doing what it's doing, and it will settle in a few moments, let me take you through the actual business logic that it's going through. So as the agent is going through, we pass in your current listing information that you just saw, your current price, the suggested prices, and the list of all the machines in your auto sort list. So basically every machine in your market. So the first thing is hey, if your position is already, so we basically get the auto sort position, the auto sort list, which is an object we create, which knows how to get the machine at a specific, the position for your machine, your score, and the price level you're currently at. So if you're already at auto sort position 1, you're at the top of auto sort. If your auto sort position is less than min, which would be 5, so do we want the machine to be in top 5, top 10? That's what min position is. So it says, hey, if our auto sort position is lower, meaning 1, 2, 3, or 4, hey, you're already within the top 5, so you're good to go. If you have a higher position, meaning a higher number than 5, so let's say you're 8th, then and your price level is already at the lowest, hey, your position can be improved, but the price is already at the minimum we can go. Why don't you hold your price here? But if your auto sort position is lower in the rank, so let's say 8th, and your price level isn't low enough yet, that's where we lower the price level and we keep tuning down. The last thing is, hey, everything is cool with your current position, but the machine behind you, your score is 15%. The difference between your two scores is more than 15%, which means your price is too low. You're shortchanging yourself, and you could raise your price to be in the same position in auto sort. So that's what that does. So let's go back here, and the agent now, you'll see that it's gone and tuned a bunch of prices, price level 4, price level 3, price level 3, price level 3. Oh, and then, but it kept tuning the price, and we're now apparently within the top 5. So now let's just go back to the app, and the results of what's happening in the agent client, we actually can review here in listings. Okay, now that we've run the agent and it's set our prices down, let's take a look at just the past 15 minutes of price setting. Give it a second. There it is. So you'll see that our price was being set pretty high, around 50 cents client facing. Our auto sort position from using Vast.ai and the bundled information, we were hovering around 17th. Here you have every 5 minutes our auto sort position. Remember what we looked at before back in this section here? This auto sort position here? That auto sort position there corresponds to this position here, and it's recorded every 5 minutes. Our auto sort position that we get from the client is every time we set price, which is every minute. So you'll see here when I was setting at price level 5, it's at 50 cents. But then as soon as I had the agent start tuned price down to 37 cents. So it made a bunch of step changes. We don't record all of those, but you saw those in the previous step. And here that got us down to auto sort position 3. So if we take a look at the logs, it has every single step we took at every minute there. It shows what we actually asked Vast, and it shows their actual response. Here it shows the actual price we set and the resulting auto sort position. So you can see earlier we were as high as 20th and kept hovering at 20th, right? 17th to 20th. But then as soon as we started tuning, we started getting down to second and third position, second, third, and first, and fifth. So we're always tuning to be in the top 5 with the price level that we have. And that's why you see our auto sort position moving here. So this listing section, this comes only if you use the client. The client has 2 features. It has the ETL pull, which runs Vast show machines from their CLI command line, and this is the actual JSON returned every time. So we reference this JSON to come up with everything about GPU per hour, per day, all the stuff that you normally see in Vast's interface here. That is actually now back in here. Now, also, we can show errors. So ETL captures all of the Vast errors, like the bandwidth issues or timeout issues. And let me show you some of those. We did capture some of those here. So I'm going to pull out to 30 days. So you'll see on the timeline, anything red. Let's just highlight the red section. And there it is. And then each of those correspond to an error. And I'm sure we've all seen these errors before. Bandwidth error condition, and you can actually rip this view out to see that entire list. So you'll see there were some bandwidth test errors, some timeout errors, etc. during that period of time. Okay, so that's essentially the listing preview. That was our price history. I can actually show you a bit more. Let's just say for like 7 days. This has been my rig. This shows all the auto sort position from the from 500 farm unbundled, auto sort position from our client, your utilization, and all of your prices. So this is all my historical data from the client with all of the logs from what I set, from what Vast responded, and all the auto sort. Oh, I also, at every time we set price, we capture the auto sort list at that time. And we're going to be providing some auto sort analysis in later builds. All right, so let me now take you back through the licensing of the client, how to do that, as well as the event. So let's just go back to listed. Remember how I said we have events that fire? Well, we do. So for my machine, I can subscribe to offered rented, offer vacant, any error from Vast, any timeout, and a verification state change. I can get those via email or via webhook to Discord. So let me quickly show you where those are. So if we take a look to Woven Agent, there you are. So here we have a bunch of us getting our notifications. So here we have offer rented, offer vacant, offer rented, offer vacant. Let's see if we can see any errors. Fortunately, no one's been having any errors. That's fantastic. But anyways, that's where these come through. And we also get them via email as well. So that's essentially, oh, let me know, that's not it. So now let me go back to licensing. So we can now go back to licenses. You'll see my machine is there. We have ETL license, which is free. So if you're an InCanal subscriber, you can get the ETL input that you see in listings for free with your InCanal subscription. We also have a per GPU fee, so per month, and you can find those listings here. So we have 3 tiers, a $9.99, that's mostly for the really high-end H100, H200, B200s. We have tier 2, which is $4.99, which is 5090, 4090, etc. And then we have tier 1, which is like the 3090 and below. Okay, so you can find that on the website at any point in time, and all of those licenses are purchased here. We have installation instructions that are very straightforward. All we need you to do is go to your home directory, install Vast.ai, register your API key, test Vast Show Machines works, then you just install a JDK, download our jar file, create a tmux session, and then run the command with your API, with your Woven API key, which we insert here into the instructions for you and which you saw me do before. All right, so that's the listing agent client in a nutshell. I hope you enjoy it. If you have questions, please jump into our community and watch the other videos below. Hope you have a great day. Thank you. Rewind. I lied. I forgot one last thing. So based on all of the work that we just did in the agent to get us all positioned into the auto sort position that we got into, which is between 3rd and 4th. If you take a look at Vast's user interface, we are now sitting right here in 4th place in Planet Earth auto sort. This is current. This is right now. I'll even refresh. All right, we're refreshed, and now we're actually at 5th. So we're going to be, like I said, wandering between 1st and 5th based on the agent. Here we are visible after hovering at 29th spot just a few minutes ago. All right, thank you. Sorry for forgetting to show you all this. Have a great day. Bye.